Alright, did the Lost Turkey Trail half marathon today. I finished first overall in like 2 hours 20 minutes. It's got like 2,400 feet of gain, about the same descent. Wasn't what I signed up for this morning. I had a rough night. Tried to go to bed at like 10 o'clock. Had to get up at 3. Didn't really fall asleep till 11. Woke up twice in the middle of the night. Got like 2 solid hours of sleep. So I wasn't really like mentally ready to do a 50K this morning. I got up here, was tired of like driving up, made it to the registration, asked if I could drop down to the half. They said yes, so I dropped down to the half because there was no way I was making it through the 50K today, as tired as I was. Should have just probably stayed home, licked my wounds, not even showed up. But slept in my car for like 3 or 4 hours in the fetal position in my back seat of the Subaru. Wasn't really the most comfortable thing, but I was gonna stay in the front seat, but I just couldn't do it, so I had to crawl in the back and just try to lay down some. Helped a little bit. I'm still tired now. So I was kind of disappointed because all week long I was geared up for the 50K, you know, trying to plan the training out, my sleep out, whatnot. Yesterday is what probably screwed me up. I slept in and then I laid around all day and took a nap. So I probably slept too much yesterday that I just couldn't fall asleep last night. That's probably what really happened. I also had like a weird dream that I don't want to get into, but we'll talk anyway. So I dropped down, did the half. Was kind of mopey the whole time because I should have been in the 50K and I know it. I think I could have did really well in the 50K. I think I could have won the 50. That's kind of my wheelhouse, that 50K course, like starting off like really flat for like 17 miles before it gets hard. So that would have really helped me a lot. Either way, whatever. So I did the half. I didn't really push, probably because I was just so mentally out of it and pissed off at myself that I wasn't doing the 50. But it was hot since the half started at 10 a.m. The 50K actually started at 6 a.m. and there was a 100K that started at 6 p.m. last night. But for the 50K, you have to be at the finish line by 5 o'clock in the morning because you get shipped on a bus down to the start line. So that's why I actually had to get up at like 3 in the morning because I had to leave my house at 3:30 to get up here at 4:30 for registration to get on the bus at 5. Yeah, so that really cut into it. I'm not really actually getting used to getting up at 3 in the morning either. So it did probably throw me off a little bit. My body wasn't ready. But I mean, I guess I felt good during the full half. Didn't really have any issues at all. First half of the race is definitely a lot easier than the second half. You got like 2 bigger climbs. I'm trying to think what, I don't know. I know I didn't struggle much. Again, I didn't really push pace. Didn't really see anybody behind me much. There was, right before the, in the half you encountered 2 aid stations. When I came in right before the first aid station that we encountered in the half, Well, they told us before the race, they follow orange till you hit the Lost Turkey Trail itself, and then you follow pink, but everything should be on your right-hand side. Well, right before that first aid station, like 5 miles in, there was 4 ribbons of pink on the left-hand side. So I was sort of freaking out for probably 5 minutes that I was going the wrong way, but I was going the right way. It just, you know, and they said everything's on your right, you're going the right way, and then there was 4 consecutive on the left. I was just like, oh shit. I was like, should I turn around now or wait for another one or whatever? But I just trusted my instincts and just kept going straight, because I did think about turning around and heading the way I came, because right before the left there was a little like fire pit in the middle of like a creek area, because we were running down like a creek bed down this hill. And I just thought, well, maybe I was supposed to go to the left across the creek, but no, I was on the right track, thankfully. I didn't get lost. I actually finished, when I was crossing the finish line, I actually hit 13.1 exactly. So even my couple feet off, like getting a drink, kept my mileage still spot on. But anyway, when I came into the first aid station, since my pace slowed down a hell of a lot right before then, just because I wasn't sure where I was going. This dude in like a teal shirt came in like right behind me, and I know he started the race half with me, and I was just like, oh shit, guess you got to turn it on now. So there was like a little, maybe 2/10 or something like that, maybe a little less, of road, and then we hit a hill. So I just flew up the hill pretty good. Just wanted to, you know, put some space in between, hoping that he wouldn't keep up or wasn't able to. I didn't see him after that. I didn't really see anybody after that, at least for the half. Did pass a couple of the 50 and probably 100K people. That's to be expected, because they've been on their feet for hours and hours on end, and thousands more feet of elevation, where my legs are still fresh. I didn't get to cross the wire bridge today. It took me a few seconds to figure out, because I tried to go on the left side. It was just a little too high, so I had to go around. Probably got some nice pictures of my nipples with my nippies on, because I forgot I had them on when I was crossing it. There was a photographer there, so those pictures are probably going to come out little weird nipple looking things. Little tidbit of information for people. After that hill, wasn't too bad. I'm trying to think. Oh, there was this section up when we got into the one camping part. Turned to like orange and black ribbon, and the one was like laying across the path, which if it's laying across the path, you shouldn't cross it. But here it must have just like broke off from the tree. So, because we were supposed to go straight, because I actually at that point in time, there was a 50K guy right behind me. I just passed him right before then, and we both decided we were going the right way. And then we went a little bit farther, you can see like the pink ribbon. So that was a quick little scare, nothing major. I did that rock garden area before the lookout. Nothing too exciting during the race today. I think I was just in such a bad, I guess bad mental state, just because I was pissed off at myself. So I didn't really get to enjoy the race as much as I could have, or should have. Again, I wanted to be in the 50K because that's what I was prepped for. But yeah, I was definitely Well, the first half of the race was a lot hotter than the second half. I think as we were more under like a canopy the second half of the race. But it did feel a little bit nice because it kept you a lot cooler, not as sweaty. Other than that, that 500 feet of like descent, the last couple miles sucked a little bit, just because it's a little bit rockier. But then it levels out for like the last, we'll say, 7 to 10. It's under a mile, whatever it is, to the finish line. I hung around till the last person finished. It's now like 5:30. I think he came in at like 5:15 or 5 o'clock, something like that. I don't know, whatever time it was, but I made sure I stayed to the last 50K and 100 person commit. I don't know what they were running. Talking to everybody, just hanging out with a bunch of people, taking some pictures. It was a good time. Good atmosphere for the race, good food. The turkey dinner was pretty good. Had a bunch of snacks and pop. And I'm gonna have to run off tonight, unfortunately. But I don't know. Lost turkeys. Pretty good race. Flagging was pretty good. Had no real issues again. And again, I didn't really push hard enough to have any issues today. I was expecting for the 50K to hit a wall a couple times, just because I've been hitting in the training a little bit. After like 13, 14 miles. Like even last week at Cook's First, I hit the wall pretty hard, just nutrition-wise. Did refill my bottles once. When I came into the second aid station, I downed the rest. Probably had like 4 ounces left in my bottle at noon. So I finished that off and then refilled it with tailwind. I just topped a couple ounces off of my water. So I took ginger. Yeah, I took probably 6 to 8 ounces of ginger ale in that first aid station. Second aid station, took a little bit more ginger ale. Piece of watermelon, I think maybe 2 pickles, and let's say a small handful of peanut M&Ms. I think my water was alright today, but maybe if I pushed a little harder it wouldn't have been. I definitely wasn't drinking enough if I was redlining at all. Something to think about down the road. But I did use my waist pack just because I was doing the half. If I was doing the 50, I had my vest with me, but I was still debating on if I could make it through. It's just the waist. I was probably gonna at least try the waist pack. Might have been a bad mistake, but guess we'll find out. I don't know. I know the awards were cool. It's sitting in my backseat right now. It's got like a 3D printed model of the course, so that's pretty nice. So if you, whatever courses, whatever distances you did today is what you got 3D printed. And there was like a medal for the award as well. So that was pretty cool. I didn't get to look at the bag they gave us. I think it was a shirt. I know it was a shirt. I don't know if there was socks or anything in it. I'll have to look later. Not much to say about the half, I guess. The trail was pretty clear. There might have been like one little tree or something blocking the road that fell recently. All the nettles were cut down. It was pretty dry today, for the most part. There was one little creek crossing that I had no choice but to get my feet wet. I think I was like 4 miles in. was like, damn it. I tried looking for a couple of rocks, but I think I actually slipped off the one, and that's when my feet got wet, and I just said screw it, and I just ran through the rest of the way. But they dried out pretty good. Used to with the socks that I had. I don't know. I guess that's about it for today. I'm just sort of disappointed in myself, so now I'm gonna go run 7 more tonight. I think I'm gonna make myself bike 20, sort of a punishment from not doing the 50K, because that was supposed to be my last big training run for the Rock of the Knob. I mean, I was still gonna push today if I did the 50K and try to win, but it was also supposed to be like a spring step for Rock of the Knob, because this 50K only had like 4,200 feet of gain over 31, and Rock of the Knob has 63 and 26. So I was, I'm going to use this as sort of a springboard to see if I was ready for the extra couple thousand, which I blew it, so whatever. You'll have those days. Apparently I am having more of them recently than not.